Hello everyone, I hope you're all okay. Very sad news. The post-mortem has revealed that the body is that of Gabby Petito. The coroner's office has confirmed the identity is Gabby. It's extremely sad and I wanted to give you my thoughts and views. As the FBI had already confirmed, the body matched the description of Gabby. Everybody was expecting the post-mortem to reveal it was Gabby. Obviously we all hoped and prayed it wasn't, but the worst news has been confirmed, and tragically they are ruling it as homicide, but they've not released any further details on the exact cause of death. We'll all have to wait to tragically find out what that's going to be. It's such a sad story. Where is that dirty laundry Brian? Where is he? I hope he's going to get found soon. I really do. He is a disgrace. He really, really is a disgrace. And I hope he's ashamed of himself. Although sadly, I doubt he is ashamed of himself. He come across as a narcissist, in my opinion, from the footage I saw of him on the body cam, from the incident where the couple were pulled over at the side of the road. I didn't like the look of him then. I thought he seemed very much the manipulator. To me, Gabby looked like a broken woman, a woman that was experiencing domestic abuse, a woman that was being manipulated, a woman that was being gaslighted, a woman that looked at the end of her tether. How that was not noticed, and how he was the one that was put up in a hotel and Gabby was made to feel bad, I don't know. I can't get my head around it. It was very obvious for me to see that she was being abused just from her demeanour. She looked broken, she looked scared, and she looked at her wit's end. It was such a sad video to watch. I'm going to do a further video this week, statement analysing what I heard from that police footage and also doing a body language assessment. But for now, I want to give you my thoughts and views on the post-mortem and discuss possible theories of what might really have happened to Gabby. I believe Gabby was killed by her fiancé, Brian. There's no doubt about it in my mind. I also wonder whether Brian has committed offences like homicide before. I wonder what sort of things he got up to in his childhood. I wonder what his relationship with his parents is like. Clearly, they're willing to cover for him, and if they have been covering for him, I hope the police in America lock them up as well, find Brian, get him locked up, lock them all up, and throw away the key. Gabby was a beautiful woman, only young, in her early 20s, her whole life ahead of her, a dream of having a blog, a dream of being a YouTuber, a dream of living the van life, travelling across America with her very much loved fiancé. You could see from the video that she did put on YouTube just how much she loved him, and in my opinion it looked a bit one-sided, almost as if she loved him more than he loved her. That's just my views, guys. But what was supposed to be an excellent trip, van life, brilliant holiday, ended in this. A broken woman, a woman abused, a woman who looked heartbroken, worn down, beaten down, trodden down by no other than Brian, her so-called fiancé, the man that's meant to love her and cherish her and look after her. Well, clearly he never did that, and he never had any intentions of doing that. I do wonder how long after this footage is taken by the police when the couple is pulled over was Gabby attacked and killed. I'm pretty certain it was by Brian. I really can't think it was by anyone else, because let's face it, if someone else had taken Gabby's life, Brian wouldn't be on the run. I really hope he's not going to take the coward's way out. I really hope he's not going to take his life. I hope he's going to face the music, pay for what he's done and go to prison, because it's what he deserves and it's what Gabby's family deserve. Justice for their loved one, and not only for them, for Gabby herself. She deserves justice. She should still be here. None of this should ever have happened. It's truly heartbreaking and extremely tragic. I do believe that the post-mortem will reveal further details of what happened to Gabby. I don't want to speculate too much on what that might have been. I think we can all guess, as I said, that her death is due to her fiancé, Brian. I don't think anyone else is involved here. I just despair at the fact that he's on the run, the fact that he's a coward. If you look at Gabby here, I found it really weird how much she was clutching onto the water, but the more and more I thought about it, the more it made sense. I wonder just how many times her so-called fiancé locked her out of her own van, telling her to calm down. It was obviously very hot where they were travelling around America. Did he often leave her with no water, leave her with no food? But if you look at the bottles, look how much she's clutching them. I thought the first time I saw it, wow, that water clearly means a lot to her. At first I wasn't sure what it meant, but the more and more I thought about it, the more it made me think that maybe Brian was often locking Gabby out of her own van, leaving her with no water and leaving her to clutch the water like her life depended on it. It's extremely sad to think if the police had dealt with this in a different way, perhaps looked into what was going on in this young couple's relationship, paid attention to a phone call that was made by a member of the public who had witnessed Brian slapping and hitting Gabby, perhaps when they were pulled by the side of the road on this occasion, things would have been dealt with differently. I do think the police officers that dealt with this must be feeling very regretful. I know they were only trying to do their job, but from what I saw, the majority of them sided with Brian, even fist bumping him and offering him a hotel for the night. I think that's a disgrace. It really is awful, and poor Gabby for having to put up with Brian. Gabby deserved so much more. She seemed a lovely girl. She seemed kind and caring. I didn't see any kind or caring about Brian. Let's face it, if he cared about Gabby, he wouldn't have gone on the run. He would be speaking out now, and he would be telling the police what on earth has gone on here. Instead, he's still on the run. It appears that his own family have covered for him. They've now been took away by the FBI. Hard drives have been removed from their home. Documents and other files and other electronic devices have been removed. And I do believe his sister is also being investigated. So it really makes you wonder what kind of family the Dirty Laundries are. The sort that cover up for each other when they've committed murder? Wow, they are a disgrace. They are all a disgrace, and I really hope that they've all been arrested. The signs of domestic abuse were clearly there to be seen in that police body cam footage. How it was missed, I cannot understand. The body language alone showed a scared and vulnerable woman who was not the aggressor. I believe the scratches that Brian had from Gabby were defence wounds. I believe he'd been attacking her, and that was why he had the scratches. I do not feel the police thought that. They may have done, and I could be wrong, but I certainly do not think they thought he was the aggressor, even though he clearly was. I feel he's gotten away with murder. This could have been stopped if only Brian had been looked into further by those police officers. If only they'd looked into him more. If only they'd looked into the eyes of Gabby and seen what a broken and tortured woman she really was. Perhaps she'd still be here today. Perhaps her family and friends wouldn't be grieving. Perhaps it's about time, in my opinion, all police officers across the world are fully trained in the signs of domestic violence, the signs of gaslighting, and to be fully aware of what a narcissist is. I'm not having a go at these police officers. I know they're only trying to do their job, but I do believe this could have been prevented if they'd done their jobs a bit better. So my thoughts and prayers are with Gabby's family and friends. I cannot believe how such a precious life was thrown away and wasted by such an evil person. I hope Brian is caught soon. I hope he's brought to justice, and I really hope that Gabby can rest in peace. What an extremely sad case this is, guys. I really have been feeling very sad since learning that it's definitely Gabby. I know we all suspected it was, but to now have official confirmation from the coroner is devastating. It's really awful. I really think this could have been prevented. If only the police had realised that Gabby wasn't the aggressor and that clearly Brian was. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you're all well. I hope you're having a great day. And as always, I'm going to be back with you all very soon for another true crime video. Bye for now.